Hello everyone, and welcome to my Select Leader presentation about President Anwar Sadat. The hero of the crossing, they call him. Loyalty, honesty, and bravery, all these were a few of many characteristics of the former Egyptian president, Anwar Sadat. He was born on December 25th in 1918 into a family of 13. Anwar Sadat was a world-class type of leader, in my opinion, not just a former Egyptian president. He came from a very poor family, grew up among average Egyptian villagers, went to the Royal Military Academy, rose through the ranks of the military, then led the whole country in a coalition through the 1973 war that liberated territories such as Sinai and the Golan Heights from the Israeli occupation. Then he paved the road to peace, for which he won the Nobel Prize for his peace efforts. He was assassinated in 1981 due to those efforts. Sadat's decision to go to war with Israel in October 1973, a move that perhaps counterintuitively opened the way to peace between Egypt and Israel. In addition, it set the stage for a realignment of Egypt's foreign policy from dependence on the Soviet Union to a close relationship with the United States, which is an important ally. There were several books written entirely about Anwar Sadat under the title Anwar Sadat Visionary Who Dared by Joseph Finkelstein. Sadat succeeded President Gamal Abdel Nasser, maybe you've heard the name if you're into politics, upon Nasser's death on September 28, 1970, and was elected president. He guided the country through economic liberalization as well as gradual political liberalization and increased ties with the West. In 1973, Sadat co-led an Egyptian and Syrian coalition backed by Jordan and Iraq and attacked Israel in an attempt to regain land lost in the 1976 war. Despite not regaining the Sinai Peninsula, some saw the war as a political victory for Sadat. By 1978, after years of negotiation with the Israelis, including an unprecedented official visit to Israel, where he spoke to the Israeli Knesset, an act that greatly impressed many Israelis, Sadat secured the return of the Sinai Peninsula in exchange for bilateral peace with Israel. This agreement, signed at Camp David and implemented in 1979, won Sadat the 1978 Nobel Peace Prize, alongside Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin and Shimon Peres. This is a quick video of the speech that liberated the territories and earned him the Peace Nobel Prize.
لقد جئت إليكم لكي نبني السلام الدائم العاد حتى لا تراق نقطة واحدة من دم أي طرفين. لهذا قلت أنني مستعد أن أذهب إلى آخر العهد، وهنا أعود إلى الإجابة على السؤال الكبير: كيف نحقق السلام الدائم العاد؟ وفي رأيي، وأعلنها من هذا المنبر للعالم كله، أن الإجابة ليست مستحيلة ولا هي بالعسيرة، على الرغم من مرور أعوام طويلة من ثأر الدم والأحقاد والكراهية وتنشئة أجيال على القطيعة الكاملة والعداء المستحكم. الإجابة ليست عسيرة ولا هي مستحيلة إذا تركنا سبيل الخط المستقيم بكل الصدق والإيمان.
It's a 20-minute, maybe even 30 minutes long speech, but I only got you a minute and a half of it so you can see how he is in action. Unlike so many of his brother Arab leaders, he was willing to ignore past Arab-Israeli hatreds. Unlike them all, he was daring enough to do what had been unthinkable in the anguished world of Arab politics, to extend the hand of peace to the Israelis. Reversing Egypt's long-standing policy, he proclaimed his willingness to accept Israel's existence as a state. 11 days before Mr. Sadat made his trip to Jerusalem, he said in Cairo that he was willing to go to the ends of the earth, as you saw in the video, and even to the Israeli parliament, in the cause of peace. The Israeli government made known that he was welcome in Jerusalem, and after complex negotiations he flew there. Although a state of war still existed between the two nations, he still did it. In dealings with Israel and the United States, Mr. Sadat strove to create a harmonious mood that would make it difficult for others to disagree with him. His most audacious use of that technique was the Jerusalem visit, as you saw. It was pretty bold move on his end, going right to their homeland and speaking at them the way he did. And of course our beloved Disneyland, as you can see in the picture. Under the treaty, Israel's withdrawal of its civilian and military forces from Sinai was to be carried out. This is certainly one of the happiest moments of my life, Mr. Sadat, deeply moved, said at the singing ceremony. In all the steps I took, I was merely expressing the will of a nation. I am proud of my people and of belonging to them. Every day I drive right past where he was assassinated and buried. I am reminded of him. He was assassinated due to his efforts for peace, not war. Although he was a devout Muslim, that did not change his way of doing things. He was not a radical or an extremist. He was just a regular Muslim who enjoyed peace rather than war. He was an exemplary leader in every way. Thank you for watching.